So this is a video, supposedly a response video, but it won't let me edit it as a response. I tried to just do it, upload it as a response, and said there are no responses are not allowed on this video. And this is to yogangel7. And I'm just gonna answer her questions. She said you might be going through different religions. No, each time it was coming to more of the truth. It was never rejection of the past. The things that I already rejected or didn't like or left a bad taste in my mouth, I never fully accepted anyways. But no, orthodoxy I think is the answer to all the world's religions. I think it takes what's lacking in every single one of them, discards it, and takes the useful parts. And I don't think that's intentional, seeing that Eastern Orthodoxy is far older than many many of these so-called ancient religions. I mean, Krishnaism began around 900 AD. Buddhism, the writings didn't get written down until 400 AD, or I should say AD 400 to be correct. Islam, again, came long after, came around 750 AD. So no, they were never. It was never discarding any of that. When I came to Orthodoxy, it was kind of like, oh, this, like a realization of it. Of all that stuff that I thought was bad was bad. The only thing that really harmed me was the charismatic Anglican church that I went to, where I was kind of not forced, but just socially pressured to accept a lot of these things. And not really just listening to my regular intuition or my view of the Bible. I was basically trying to do what I had seen the Protestants doing for years, is basically using the Bible as an idol. But even then, I still rejected the virgin birth. A lot of the stuff in the epistles, I was just like, yeah, that's not written by Peter or John. I just knew that from a young age. I don't know how. I just didn't recognize it. Orthodoxy is where I'm going to be forever, and even if I'm not, I still practice it. That's why even when I went into atheism, I still wound up finding myself going through the motions of prayer and stuff, just because it was so meditative and relaxing. Skokie. So you were by me. You were on the Chicagoland area. Skokie, I think, is the biggest concentration of Jews in America, I believe. Second biggest. It's where Meyer Kahana had his march against the neo-Nazis up there. You talk about the people who come to Jesus and supposedly heal this and that, and then they fall away. Well, this is told. I mean, he tells a parable about this, about the sower and the seeds, and some seeds fall on pavement, some fall on bad ground, some fall on good ground, and that there are people who, yep, oh, with all this excitement, oh, this and that, and Jesus changed my life, and then, a day or a week or a year later, they're falling back. It's what happens. It's how people are. And reading these magazines of what the laity writes or somebody else writes, it's silly, and a lot of them are trying to bridge the gap to the Protestants, as if making the Orthodox Church more Protestant will get Protestants into the church, which is silly, because we don't want Protestants into the church. We want people coming who are Protestant, converting to Orthodoxy. I can't stress this enough. Just listen to Archbishop Lazar. I'm not a renegade. It's these half Protestants that are the renegades, and a lot of them have the money, or in the majority, and the Arabs or Greeks or Russians or whatever they are think that they're good help, so they keep them around, and actually they do a lot more damage. Go to All Saints Monastery and listen to Archbishop Lazar. I think there's a word he says that clashes with what I say. just as uh, uh, Zer, Zeragisha and Gambler on here. They're Orthodox too. Again, there's varying opinions within Orthodoxy, or views or ways of practicing it, so you could get some different answers there. But with them directly clashing, I mean, if they mention original sin, then they're not Orthodox. I mean, there's Byzantine Catholics who accept original sin. But if you ever come across an Orthodox person that believes in original sin, then they are not Orthodox. They're a heretic. That's just fact. That's not my opinion. That's just fact. So that's my answer to yogangel7, and if she wants to respond more, then she can take the block off her videos from responses. Peace to you. I hope you find your way. But yeah, it's no, I'm not out there on the fringes when I talk about orthodoxy. Just listen to Archbishop Lazar at All Saints Monastery. My videos are too hard for you. Just listen to him. Peace to you. Take it easy.